All right, let's dive in and talk about two tools that are, and I mean this, absolutely essential for anyone making pretty much anything on a computer: Git and GitHub. If you've ever wondered how huge teams of developers or even writers and designers work together on the same project without it turning into total chaos, well, this is your answer.
Oh, you know you have. We've all been there, right? That folder just packed with a dozen different versions of the same file. It's a mess, it's confusing, and honestly, you're just one wrong click away from a complete disaster.
Well, thankfully, there is a much, much better way. It's called Git. Now, Git is what's known as a version control system, which is just a really fancy way of saying it's a program that keeps a perfect record of every single change you make to your files so you can go back in time to any version you want.
So here's our game plan. We're going to walk through getting you set up for the first time, then we'll get into the core rhythm of saving your work. After that, the really cool stuff: branching out to try new things, sharing your work with the world on GitHub, and of course, how to fix things when you mess up.
Okay, first things first. Before we can start doing anything, we have to do a super quick one-time introduction. You basically just need to tell Git who you are, so it can stamp your name on all the awesome work you're about to do.
All it takes are these two little commands. You just tell Git your name and your email. That -global part just means you only have to do this once on your computer, and you're set for every single project from here on out. And hey, you can always type git-version just to double check that everything's installed and ready to roll. Now, the absolute heart of any project using Git is something called a repository, or as you'll hear everyone call it, a repo. Just imagine taking a normal folder on your computer and turning it into a magic folder that has a photographic memory. It remembers everything, forever. And how do you create this magic folder? It's literally one command. You just go into your project folder and type git init. Boom, that's it. Your folder is now a repository, and Git is officially watching its back. All right, let's get into the most important part of this whole thing: the rhythm you'll fall into every single day you use Git. This is the simple three-step dance you'll do over and over to save these meaningful little snapshots of your work. So this is the loop you're going to use constantly. First, you just do your work, right? You edit your files. Then, step 2, you stage your changes with git add. Think of this like picking out which photos you want to put into a new photo album. It's a really important step because it lets you group your changes together. Finally, you commit those changes, which is like giving the album a title and gluing it shut. It's now a permanent part of your project's history. Now, at any point during this dance, you can and you should type git status. Seriously, this command is your new best friend. It gives you a perfect summary of what's going on, which files you've changed, which ones are ready to be saved, everything. It's your mission control.
And let's just let that sink in for a second. A commit is a permanent save point. If you've ever played a video game, you know how amazing a good save point is. That's exactly what a commit is for your project. It's a safe place you can always come back to if things go sideways. Okay, so we know how to save our progress in a straight line. But what if you have a crazy new idea? What if you want to try something out without any risk of breaking the main project that you know works? Well, this is where Git becomes an absolute game changer. Let's talk about branching. Think about it like this. Your main branch is the final cut of a movie. It's the official version, it's stable, it works. A feature branch is like a deleted scene. It's a total copy of your project living in a parallel universe where you can go wild, experiment, break things, and none of it will affect the main movie until you're ready. It's freedom. And the workflow is so simple. You create a new branch, you switch over to it, you do all your experimental work, and when you're happy with it, you just switch back to your main branch and merge your masterpiece right in. It's an incredibly powerful and, more importantly, safe way to work. So up until now, everything we've talked about happens right there on your own computer. But that's not the whole story. This is where GitHub enters the picture. And it's really important to get this straight. Git is the tool, GitHub is the website, the service you use to store your projects online and work with other people. Honestly, the easiest way to think of GitHub is like a Google Drive or Dropbox, but built specifically for your Git projects. It's a place to back everything up in the cloud, and it makes it super easy to share your work and collaborate with a team. And when you're working with GitHub, there are two commands you'll use all the time: push and pull. It's pretty intuitive. You push your saved changes up to the cloud to share them, and you pull other people's changes down from the cloud to get the latest version. That's the rhythm. You to the cloud to you. So here's what it looks like when you put it all together.
This is the whole workflow for getting a new project from your machine up onto GitHub. You start the repo, you add and commit your files, you tell your local folder the web address of your GitHub repo, and then you just push it up. These 5 steps take your project global.
You know, one of the best things about Git is that it gives you a safety net. Because it remembers everything, it's really hard to truly mess things up for good. It's like having a time machine. And let's be honest, we all need a time machine sometimes. But see, the word undo can mean a few different things, right? Did you just make a typo you haven't saved? Or do you need to completely reverse a feature you committed yesterday? Git has the right tool for each kind of oops. Let's break it down simply. If you've made changes to a file but you haven't committed yet, and you just want to throw them away, use restore. If you accidentally staged a file for your next commit and you want to take it back out, use reset. And for those big ones, if you need to undo a commit that you've already shared with others, the safest way is revert. It doesn't delete history. It just adds a new commit on top that does the opposite. Clever, right?
Now, a very quick but super important warning. You're going to see a command out there called git reset-hard. Just know that this command is the nuclear option. It can and will permanently delete your work if you're not careful. So unless you are 100% sure you know what you're doing, it's best to stay away from that one for now.
And that's it. That's the whole basic toolkit. You now know how to set yourself up, how to save your progress with snapshots, how to experiment without fear using branches, how to collaborate on GitHub, and even how to go back in time to fix your mistakes. These are the core skills that pros use every single day.
So really, the only question left is, now that you have these superpowers, now that you can track your entire history and collaborate fearlessly, what amazing thing are you going to build first? I can't wait to see what you create.